Hello, everybody. Brian Engelman here. This is the Unhappy Hour on the TNAM network. Things are happening, sports related, for the Unhappy Hour. If you're watching on this camera, it's a Facebook page. It's a private Facebook page. You can invite your friends, though. If you're an Indians, Cavs, Browns, or Buckeye fan, do a search for the Unhappy Hour Sports Show, a support group. It's a private group. We just want Indians, Cavs, Browns, Buckeye fans in there. But we talk about all the sports, including what just happened with Jimmy Garoppolo today. We're going to get to that in just a second. But if you have a question in Facebook Live, you can ask us here. And if you're watching us in this camera, what we're doing is putting this on YouTube, youtube.com/TheNewAmericanMedia. Click subscribe, leave your comments. We've been doing 7 years of shows, and basically since our show started, Zak Baris has been a part of it with us. Zak, let's just jump right into it because you're the NBA guy. I'm wearing my Cleveland Cavaliers 2016 NBA Champs hat. Tell us what just happened with IT. What do we make of this failed experiment? What did we get back? Just walk us through what happened.
So, they just traded every piece other than Andy Zizic. So basically the Cavaliers this morning, early this afternoon or late this morning, traded Isaiah Thomas and Channing Frye over to the Lakers for Jordan Clarkson, who's got a sizable contract on hand, and Larry Nance Jr. The Cavaliers also sent a protected first-round pick in the deal, lottery protected, so we know the Cavaliers are going to the playoffs. LA will wind up having that pick. What's significant is that the Cavaliers can no longer trade the Brooklyn pick this season. Let me get into that shortly about the Brooklyn pick.
Yeah, I'm not. Go ahead.
Hold on. So the Cavaliers were only able to trade one of the two first-round picks. The Cavaliers can still move the Brooklyn pick, but it's going to be after they select someone. So let's just hold off on that one. The Cavaliers then went and.
Oh, hold on, Zak. We still have you? Okay, relaunching. Hit a glitch there when it started to get dicey about the trade. You were saying Jordan Clarkson has a sizable contract, and then the phone kind of broke up.
Yeah. He's making about 11, 12, 13 for the next 3 years total, including this year. So he's got a sizable contract. However, the Cavaliers got Larry Nance cheap on a rookie deal. At first, the deal did not look appealing this morning when the Cavaliers gave away their own first-round pick in the deal to do it. However, they shut Isaiah Thomas's contract. He's been nothing but a cancer in the locker room for this team and on the court. He's been horrendous. And they get rid of Channing Frye, which I didn't like getting rid of Channing Frye because he helped space the floor, and I thought he brought good.
Oh, Zak, seriously. Did we lose you again? Might have to call you on Skype, man.
So, the problem is the Cavaliers gave up shooting in that deal, and at the time we didn't think anything else was going to happen. So, certainly the Cavaliers got younger, which was good for them. They got younger but they gave the Lakers the ability to the Lakers now have the ability to sign 2 max free agents. And going into this year, the outlook looked at it as going, okay, they've got Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram with the ability to add LeBron and Paul George. All I can say is right now, still, pray for the Thunder to do well and go far in the playoffs so Paul George re-signs with them. Because it's going to leave a lot of holes in the Lakers' plans for this summer on trying to go after LeBron if that's the case. What other sizable, notable free agents? I don't think that, Chris Paul, I don't think is an option in LA. I don't see him leaving Houston anyway. I think LeBron's main targets now would be Houston, LA, and Philadelphia. However, the Cavaliers just went, now let's talk about trade number 2 before we get into 3. The Cavaliers went and flipped Derrick Rose, Iman Shumpert, and Jay Crowder and got back Rodney Hood in the deal and George Hill. Getting another great young guard in Rodney Hood, who helps space the floor. And George Hill, now you got your starting point guard. You got rid of another piece in Derrick Rose who didn't fit in. Jay Crowder has been horrendous. So you essentially now traded Kyrie Irving for the Brooklyn pick, Rodney Hood, and George Hill.
And what do we think of that in hindsight now that this is happening?
Rodney Hood is a very, very, very good young player.
Okay.
And then the Cavaliers went and flipped around Dwyane Wade back to Miami for a second-round pick.
Okay, so
here's what you have to take out of this deal, though.
Wow.
Here's what you have to take out of this. The Cavaliers cannot trade the Brooklyn pick as of right now. They cannot trade the Brooklyn.
Why not?
Hold on. Because they don't have a pick next year and they already traded theirs.
So the fact that we're holding on to this... Good.
The Cavaliers cannot trade the Brooklyn pick right now unless they receive a first-round pick in return, or, like for this season, or they can't do it unless they wait to pick the player, with the pick. So what you're looking at right now is, don't forget, you might look at it and say this offseason, okay, the Cavaliers now have the ability to lock up that Brooklyn pick, or, if these young assets pan out here in Cleveland, don't forget, they still might trade Tristan Thompson. There's still an hour left. They could go move Thompson in a trade involving DeAndre Jordan, involving Kemba Walker. They could still go and flip one of these pieces around for a Kemba Walker, DeAndre Jordan now.
And if they get a first-round pick in the process, then they can swing the Brooklyn pick.
Yes.
All right, so we're not done. Dude, I got to wrap this up here.
They might be done, they might not be. I don't know if they're done. Let me finish with this, though.
Of course.
Let's go with this. What people are saying, okay, well, LeBron can now go team up with anyone he wants. Don't forget the Cavaliers now, if they want to in a separate deal this offseason, hypothetically, let's say that Brooklyn pick ends up at number 2, or let's just say number 7, and they have DeAndre Ayton from Arizona, or they have Trae Young from Oklahoma, is an asset in the deal, to go and move along with Kevin Love, to go and get a piece like an Anthony Davis now. I'm not saying Anthony Davis specifically, but a piece on that caliber. I'm talking a top 10, top 15 player in the NBA. That you could move the Brooklyn pick after you select the player along with Kevin Love. Or just even that Brooklyn pick alone could net you something pretty nice. Let's not forget last year what Jimmy Butler was traded for. Which was basically
peanuts.
6 picks up in the first round, a 6-pick increase, along with Chris Dunn and Zach LaVine. Didn't take that much.
Okay. All right. Zach, give us one thing to look out for here.
All right, hold on. This is also a more talented draft than last year. You can acquire a significant piece for Kevin Love and that pick, or just that pick. Or if LeBron walks, suddenly you're surrounded, let's say, with a guy like DeAndre Ayton, Larry Nance, Jordan Clarkson, and Rodney Hood. You have a ton of guys. This team is young for the future with replenished talent. That's the difference. They just traded all their old expiring talent, a bunch of garbage, to get some good players in return who are signed long term.
Derrick Rose wasn't helping us. Shumpert wasn't helping us. Crowder wasn't helping us. IT was hurting us. I mean, Dwyane Wade. I mean, the Dwyane Wade thing might be tough for Bron to lose his buddy if we're trying to still get LeBron back.
No, I tend to think LeBron signed off on it.
Okay.
Because Wade wasn't going to see much playing time under this team.
All right.
I tend to think they wouldn't have made this deal unless LeBron would have signed off on it.
But we're hearing that he has no relationship with the GM or with the owner. Is that garbage?
I tend to think that he signed off on it if they went and traded Wade mid-season. Trust me.
Right.
They're not looking to try to piss off LeBron right now. Trust me. If they think they still have a shot at re-signing him, they're not trying to piss him off.
All right. Look, I got to run for now. Let's do this. I'll have time in a little bit, maybe after the trade deadline expires. Maybe we can come back and do a second part to this.
That's fine, Brian. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Appreciate you, Zach. To be continued. Follow him on Twitter. He's at Zak Baris, Z-B-A-R-I-S. He's been doing the show with us for a while. We have a quick hit piece today because, hey, a lot is breaking. So what is it? Isaiah Thomas traded for Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance. In the deal, first-round pick is sent, and we send Channing Frye. We've dealt Derrick Rose, Iman Shumpert, and Jay Crowder for Rodney Hood, George Hill. We traded Dwyane Wade back down to Miami for a second-round pick. A lot is swirling around. Leave your comments. We're going to try to get to them. And as always, invite your friends to the group, your Cavs fans. Invite them all in.